going on, everybody? Welcome back to LTL True Crime. We are here live on Wednesday evening, January 10th, 2024. We're on Hump Day, Hump Day. Welcome in, everybody. I got some breaking news. Well, not really breaking news right now. It actually happened a little while ago. I got tied up on a very, very important phone call. That's why I was late getting on live. I'm sorry I had to move the live, but I had to take this phone call. It was very important. Things are crazy here at LTL Studios. I mean, the channel is growing. There's more people that are reaching out to me, and it's just becoming like this full-fledged entity now. It's just really buzzing, and again, I'm just kind of in a lot of conversations these days, which is good. It's great. I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying that I'm able to help, and that's the most important thing, is being able to help right now. But I wanted to get into Savannah Soto. Obviously, we had an update this afternoon. There has been a third suspect arrested, and I kind of felt this was coming, and it doesn't surprise me who got arrested. So I'm going to bring up the article here. Let me just share my screen here, and we'll go through it. And then what I always like to do when we get into these types of cases and we have maybe some more updates, I like to go back and look at what got us here. So I'm going to go over just the press conferences of the arrest of Christopher and Ramon first. I want to go over my video that I showed, that truck video where we saw that magical towel, the magical towel move. And I said, there's got to be a third person in that cab. Well, there was. And the police knew it because they saw further surveillance video. That's my train of thought. Further surveillance video where they actually saw stepmom getting into the black truck and leaving. So busted big time. Yeah. So we'll go into this article here. So from centralvalley.com, this is a paper out of Texas. Third arrest made in Savannah Soto, Matthew Guerra murder case. San Antonio, Texas. A third arrest has been made in the killings of Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, and I apologize. But police announced on Wednesday, Mata Ramanos was arrested on charges of alter, destroy, conceal a human corpse, abuse of human corpse, and tampering with physical evidence, police said. Hang on one second. I'm just going to do a little bit of housekeeping. So let's do this. Okay, so there she is. Scumbag mom, stepmom of the year, right there, arrested. Bang, boom, throw a fucking, lock her up, throw away the key. See you later. Have a good time. Soto and Guerra were reported missing on December 23rd after a pregnant teen missed an appointment to be induced. 3 days later, police found the couple dead inside a vehicle. On September 4th, San Antonio Police Department announced the arrest of 19-year-old Christopher, I think it's Picaro. I think it's Picaro when I heard it, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, so I apologize. And the father, 59-year-old Ramon Picaro. Christopher was arrested on charges of capital murder, and his father was arrested on charges of abuse of a corpse. Police said that Ramanos was believed to be Christopher's stepmother. Additionally, police added that Ramanos stated her weapon was used. So she fucking admitted that it was her gun. Presero. Thank you. Presero. Thank you, Janet. I appreciate that. But she admitted it's her gun. So she's done. She's done. I bet you they're going to get her on capital murder too. And they all should. They all should fucking go down. Bexar County records show that Christopher is now facing charges of alter. So he's getting the same thing, additional charges that the other two got as well too. And Ramon is getting the same as well too. So police said that Christopher was arrested for the murders of Soto and Guerra, and that his father helped move the bodies after the killings took place. These people are fucking human garbage. I'm going to tell you, absolute human fucking garbage. There should be no mercy on the court. These people need to be fucking locked up, or you know what I mean. See you later. They're fucking human garbage. To kill a pregnant woman that's days away from being induced and her boyfriend. That is someone that is human fucking garbage. Absolute garbage. I have no sympathies for these fucking scumbags. Zero sympathy to take someone out like that. Fuck you. Disgusting. It appears that the vehicle had been at location for several days. San Antonio Police Department Chief William McManus said. Before the arrests were made, police released surveillance footage showing a Kia Optima that was reported missing in a black truck. Police said that surveillance footage showed Romanos leaving the black truck and returning to her home with Christopher and Ramon. So there, she was in the back. She was the one that did the old floating towel. And remember my video? We're gonna play that here in a second because I saw it. I'm like, there's something going on there. There's no way that this floating towel just came out of the truck. Someone passed that. I had heard some rumors that it possibly could have been an older brother or stepbrother or something like that. But I had a feeling, just had this weird feeling that this was going to be definitely a family affair. And come to find out, it's the stepmother. Police said that they were able to retrieve Soto's phone, allowing them to get the location of the suspect and the father. The two were interrogated, and the police said there was enough evidence based on the response to issue warrants for their arrest. Some of the dumbest fucking criminals I've ever seen in my entire life. And fuck them. Fuck them. See you later. Authorities added they believe the killings were part of a drug exchange gone wrong, which I'm probably thinking that this family was involved in this shit for quite a long time. I heard something about an air conditioning business that a lot of people are saying maybe this was a shell business and they were using that as a front. Additional charges are pending and additional death to Soto's unborn baby. That's the next thing that they need to look into. How deep do these connections go? Was this a shell company for a front for these major drug deals? Fucking sad situation, man. So let's do this. Let's find out how we all got here. So back a little while ago, I broke down the security video, and let me just do a piece of housekeeping. I remember when I broke down the security video, I said, there's someone else in that truck. There's someone else in that truck. And remember that towel, the floating towel right there. See it? Being passed. Boom. Papa Bear comes over. Mama Bear passes the towel. Remember? Right here. And he grabs it. And he grabs it out of someone's fucking hand. You can see her hand right here. She passed it to him. Right there. So let me play this. His Papa. There was a white object there, but maybe that towel was just kind of laying there. And you're going to see that hand right here. Bang. See how it moved? Right there. See the towel flip? She passed it. And you can see the sun get out as the door opens. He'll crest his head here pretty soon. Right there. There's Christopher. Ramon's going to grab a bag. I want to know what was in the bag. Was that money? Was that drugs? What's in the bag? Probably both. Right there. He's going to put the bag in. And drive away. So I knew I was on to something. I know it wasn't crazy because I saw that towel move and I said, wait a minute. That towel be moving. It'd be floating. That towel flip right there. And you can see the hand. I mean, if you were looking where I am right now, and I know it's probably hard to see on this screen because I can't zoom in anymore, but you can see a hand right there. And the cops knew. The cops already knew about this, but they had to, and you'll see it in the press conference, they had to make sure there was enough probable cause to arrest. So let's do this. Let's go back to, and I always like to tell the history. We'll go watch the press conferences up until today. Again, not a super long live today, but I'm happy that these scumbags got caught and all three of them are put away. After the stream, I'm going to be working on a presentation for another Karen Reed stream. I have some things that I want to go over and some things that I saw in some recent videos. So I'll get that together, and then I'll be doing that sometime this week. Also, I will let everybody know tonight that there will be another special stream coming up here pretty soon. And I can't say too much about it right now, but we started to work out the details, and there'll be another surprise soon. So stay tuned for that. Okay, let's play this. So this was 6 days ago. The father and son got arrested.
Why did you do it? Are you sorry for what happened? Did you know Savannah was 9 months? Did you know she was pregnant?
Oh, welcome in, Tots.
Oh, that car right there.
This is your final chance to say something about your side.
Hey guys, we're going this way.
You know what I love about San Antonio? These motherfuckers just bring everybody right out to the press. Here you go, motherfucker. You killed some people. We're going to put you right out there in front of the press. I love it. They have no shame down there. They ain't blocking no one. They ain't bringing anybody through no secret door. They want those fucking cameras right in these motherfucker faces. I love it.
Anything to save your family?
Yeah, guys, always one side. You don't know what's going on.
Back up, guys. Back up.
Please don't push me.
I'm not. I'm moving you this way.
No, not you.
Any messages for the family? You sorry?
They want to know why. Why'd you do it?
You sorry?
Did you do it? Why did you do it?
Did you know she was pregnant?
That's what you say?
Huh? You didn't care?
Why was it the whole family?
Close to Christmas?
Remorse? Anything?
Why, man? Any remorse? You sorry?
Ain't you sorry for lying about what you're saying? You don't even know what's going on.
Well, tell
You
us.
just make stuff up like always.
Tell us. What's going on?
Did you shoot them?
Did you shoot them?
Are you in the
Unborn
video?
baby.
Did you kill them or did you just hide the evidence?
I love it. I love it. Right in their faces.
¿Quién los mató?
Was it retaliation?
¿Quién los mató?
You sorry?
Who killed them?
If it wasn't you, who was it then?
This is not chance to say something. Es última oportunidad para decir algo. Excuse me, guys. Closing door. Excuse me. Excuse me, guys. You good? All right.
Here comes the other scumbag.
Are you sorry for what happened?
What'd you do it?
You an unborn baby. Was it you? What do you want to say to your family, to Savannah, to Matthew's family?
Right in their faces. I love it.
Nothing to say, an unborn child.
It was an entire family.
You sorry?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sergeant Washington Moscoso, WASHINGTON, MOSCOSO. So the individuals you saw this evening, the first individual's name is Ramon Preciado, 53 years old, SID number 443651. The second individual was Christopher Preciado, 19 years
Preciado.
old, SID number
I got it now.
1191061.
Preciado. Okay.
So the two individuals we just
Not that I ever care to repeat their names ever again, but I wanted to get that right.
Today, again, it's a father and son. The first individual is a father. The second individual is a son. They're going to be charged. The son's going to be charged this evening with capital murder, and the father's going to be charged with abuse of the corpse. So we do expect more charges to be pending. So I'm not going to go into the whole thing. We all know what kind of led us to this to where we are today.
Yeah, real quick rundown, Tot. So yeah, basically what happened was there was a young lady that was 9 months pregnant, her and her boyfriend. She was getting ready to be induced to actually have the baby days before, and they were caught up and they were essentially executed, both shot in the head, close wounds to the head. So it was muzzle wounds right to the head, both of them. And these scumbags did it. And I'm just so glad that the San Antonio Police Department worked really hard on this case. And looks like they essentially have everybody wrapped up in this. So it's just a very sad situation. It's horrible. And this happened around Christmas. Like, these people have no heart. Like, no heart, no brain. They're just human garbage. I don't even want to call them humans. They're just filth. To take out a pregnant woman that's about to have a baby. What is your fucking deal, man? Like, really? Ugh. Makes me sick to my stomach.
I will say that when we recover, or when
Fucking
bodies were
dogs.
discovered on Danny Cave, obviously the investigation began. SAPD detectives made that location and started collecting evidence. One of the key pieces of evidence that we did collect at the scene was Savannah's cell phone, and so that was handed over to our technology team, who was able to download some information on there. With the assistance of the U.S. Secret Service, we were able to get enough information, and so that information was given to our detectives today. With that information, the detectives were able to find a possible location of where the suspect vehicle that was released on that surveillance camera, the surveillance video, possible location where that suspect vehicle might be. They made that location, and sure enough, the vehicle was there. They did a little bit of surveillance on the video, or on the vehicle, and then were able to determine which house it belonged to. They went up, knocked on the door. The first gentleman.
Yeah, you're right, Sandy.
The first individual, the father, answered the door. He knew why the police were there. Was cooperating fully with the investigation. We're right here to headquarters, and our detectives were able to start interviewing both the son and the father. Again, they were both at the home. They were both brought down here, and the interrogations began. Through interrogating the individuals, our detectives had enough, based on what they said, there was enough information there to get a warrant signed by a judge tonight, again, to charge Christopher with capital murder and Ramon with abuse of a corpse. Again, there will be more charges pending. This is what we have right now. I'll answer any questions.
Due to the capital murder for the son and then.
Oh, they don't fuck around down there. They zap people in Brownsville. There's like, I think they use the electric chair down there. I think they do. I think they do there. Let me see. Brownsville, Texas. I think they use the electric chair. I have to look up a little bit more, but I think they still zap people there.
Corpse charged to the dad. Does that mean that you guys
see your comments. Perfectly fine,
And,
Paula.
So I want to touch base on something real quick. Since the release of the video that we put out on the 28th, there has been internet has blown up with people sending tips and people just sending misinformation. There's a lot of misinformation out there. These two individuals are the only suspects that we were looking for. They were arrested. There were many names being thrown around on the internet. Those people had nothing to do with this. We vetted them and everything. They didn't have anything to do with these murderers. So the individual, again, Christopher, we believe committed his murder.
Yes,
of
looks sparky.
Matthew and Savannah, and then Ramon helped.
You didn't say why?
It appears to be a narcotic-related deal that went bad.
Do we know the connection between this father and son and Matthew and Savannah, or the connection to the apartment complex?
So there's no apparent connection to the apartment complex. It's just a place where they went to go dispose or hide the vehicle with the bodies in it. And it appears that it was a drug deal. So there was like a drug connection to the suspect and the two victims.
When you say abuse of a corpse, can you talk about that a little bit? Was there any mutilation, or is that?
It's just when you hiding the body, moving the body after discovering that and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
When did you keep him? What exactly?
So December 21st, which is a Thursday, just before midnight, is when the actual murders took place. On that.
And are they going to be charged for the baby? Because in the state of Texas, technically, they could be charged for a third.
Right. So like I said, there's going to be possible charges pending, more charges pending. Our detectives are going to talk with the Bexar County DA to determine if they're going to be any charges facing any charges related to the unborn baby.
And do we know if she was dilated at all? If
I didn't have that information from the medical examiners. I know that she was scheduled to be induced, and she didn't make her appointment, which is why the family went to the police to file the missing persons report.
Did he say where exactly they killed him?
I don't have exactly location, or we just know that they were killed at a different location and then taken to the apartment complex to dispose of the vehicle and the body. I know there was some Spanish questions I wanted to knock out real quick.
Sí, podría darnos un resumen pequeño para la audiencia hispana de estas personas que presentó.
No, no se preguntas.
Nada, una pregunta. Si tienes preguntas a
Sí,
particular.
¿a quiénes presentaron esta noche?
Sí, esta noche el primer señor que salió es Ramón Preciado, de 53 años.
Preciado.
El segundo es
Preciado.
Christopher Preciado, de 19 años. Christopher Preciado es el que hizo los asesinatos de los y su papá Ramón ayudó en esconder o tratar de esconder el carro y las víctimas.
Las dos personas eran las que aparecían en el video de vigilancia
Sí.
que presentaron la semana pasada.
Sí.
¿Había un motivo para matarlos?
Parece que había una transacción de drogas que no fue mal, la transacción de drogas fue mal y resultó en la muerte de los dos víctimas.
When you say drug deals, do you mean were they buying or selling? Do you know, like?
Well, I mean, someone was buying and someone was selling, so it was a drug.
So, can anyone be charged with these murders through the accomplice theory or the multiple parties theory?
Sorry, could who?
Ramon, the dad, could he be charged with the murders as well through the accomplice theory?
No, he was not. He was not there during the commission of the murders. He was there kind of. I guess he was called afterwards to help dispose or help his son. I'm sorry?
These two have previous records?
Christopher has no previous criminal history, and Ramon did have a small. He had some prior criminal history.
So are you all done looking for suspects at this
Yeah,
point?
we don't have any other suspects.
And then that surveillance video, were they alive during that surveillance
No.
video? They were not alive.
They were not.
Last question, guys. Christopher killed them. They removed the bodies to the car?
Correct. Well, I mean, I don't know if you moved them into the vehicle. That the
Complete
vehicle with the
animals.
bodies was driven to that apartment company. It didn't happen at that apartment.
I don't even think animal is the right word for it. They're just scum, just
Yes.
dirt.
So, our detective again tonight are charging them with Christopher with capital murder and Ramon with abuse of a corpse. They are working on some other charges that they're going to file. But regarding, I think specifically the question that you had about the unborn baby, they're going to have a conversation with the DA to determine whether they can charge or put the baby as another victim on this.
So does SCP have any say whenever they talk to the DA's office?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a collaboration.
Excuse me.
With our DA's
Would
office.
you say SCPD is going to seek that they're charged for the unborn baby?
Our detectives are going to do everything they can to bring justice to the family.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for coming out tonight.
All right, let's get an update. This was 5 days ago from the chief after the father and son had been charged, and they're just explaining the charges here. Hang on one second. I had that. Let me go back to it. I want to hear this one too. So there's another update here. Just get them to the podium.
I've asked District Attorney Joe Gonzalez to be here today and make a few comments at the end of this briefing, and we'll make this short and sweet. I have most of the information I have here. I think you've already been privy to. I do have a little bit of new information. The information I'm going to give you, I will answer questions to clarify, but I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about anything else, simply because this is an open investigation and we still have a lot of work to do. So again, my condolences to the families of Savannah and Matthew. By now, everybody's aware of the incidents, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time rehashing facts that are already known, but I will go over them high level. So on 12/26/23, our officers discovered 2 deceased individuals in a Kia Optima, and our homicide detectives at that point began their investigation right on that scene. Detectives learned that both victims were involved in the sale of narcotics and used their cell phones to conduct much of their business. Detectives collected the victims' phones, and with the help of the United States Secret Service, we were able to extract information that led to the development of a possible location of a suspect vehicle that was seen on the surveillance video. That occurred on Wednesday, 1/3/24. Detectives drove to that location and saw the suspect vehicle. They approached the home where the suspect vehicle was, and they knocked on the door. An individual by the name of Ramon Preciado answered the door and seemed to know why SAPD was there and cooperated with the investigation. Both Ramon and Christopher were home and brought to the SAPD homicide office for questioning. During the interviews, both suspects made enough statements to implicate them in the murder. Detectives walked warrants for their arrests. Christopher was arrested on the charge of capital murder. Ramon was arrested on the charge of abuse of a corpse. Yesterday, 1/4, more charges were filed. Christopher was also charged with abuse of a corpse, altering, destroying, or concealing evidence of a human corpse. Ramon was also charged with altering, destroying, concealing evidence, human corpse. Detectives also conducted a search warrant at the home of the suspects, where evidence was recovered. There is still an active investigation, and I'm not going to go into too much of the details, as I've previously said, because I don't want to jeopardize the integrity of the case or make the DA's job any harder once he gets involved in it. The final piece of information I have for you is that the gun believed to be the murder weapon has been recently recovered from the suspect's home, and we'll share that with you. And Joe, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Chief. Good morning, everyone. First, I want to thank Chief McManus for inviting me to be a part of this press conference. Before I begin, I also want to extend my condolences to the Soto and Guerra families, as they are in the midst of mourning. They are in the midst of grieving for the loss of their loved ones. So I think it would be appropriate for us to give them the respect that is due them during this period. But I do want to say that as I mentioned before, arrests were made, I was confident because I knew the kind of work that happens over here. I know the kind of dedication that the San Antonio Police Department has. They would identify suspects and make arrests, and that's exactly what happened. So I want to commend Chief McManus. I want to commend the entire command staff, and I especially want to call out the lead homicide detective for doing an outstanding job. I'm sure as typical, he may have had others assist him, but I know that his team was working around the clock, and it made a difference because we always want to formulate a suspect as soon as possible. We always want to identify someone who is a perpetrator of a crime as soon as possible, and that happened here. So again, my gratitude to the entire department and specifically to the detectives that were involved in this case. As I have said recently, our job is just beginning, but we have to give SAPD time to complete their investigation. What what they do when they and the term is walking a warrant, when they present an affidavit for an arrest warrant, they only need to present probable cause to a magistrate judge, but that's only the beginning. They have the responsibility to complete the investigation, and I know that they will do that. They will do an outstanding job as that they've done so far. So let's give them the time to do what they need to do. We have 90 days to indict these cases. And so I am sure that they're going to get a prosecution guide, which is the term that we use for a complete file. I'm sure that they will get it to us in the appropriate time and before that 90-day timeline. Again, I want to commend everyone involved in the San Antonio Police Department for doing an outstanding job in identifying suspects and making arrests. Let's let the detectives complete their job. Let's let them file the cases in our office, and then we'll make the charging decisions, and we'll go from there. And again, I can't overestimate this. In order to bring justice to the memory of these two victims.
Just real quick, I'm going to pause this and recognize this chat. You can say, thank you, Brian, for all your coverage and work that takes to keep us up to date in the facts. And thank you, mods and friends, for helping the chat, welcoming and awesome. Much appreciated. Well, we appreciate you being here. You know, I do appreciate you being here. I know this was a very last minute stream. It changed quite a few times. I was late. I've just been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes for my channel and helping out some other people right now. And, you know, more about that later. But I appreciate you being here. And I thought this was very important to update this case. You know, I know a lot of people haven't been following this, and it's okay. You know, it's okay. I needed a break tonight, and I thought this was a good break. And this is something that people need to know about. I'm also going to be doing another Idaho stream this week. There's been some new documents that I'd like to go over and some particular behaviors that the attorneys will have to abide by, and anybody that's watching will have to abide by inside that courtroom. So definitely want to do that as well. And then when I get off this live tonight, I'm going to be working actually on some Karen Reed stuff tonight in some new videos that I have seen and things that kind of caught my eye that I want to break down. So I'll be doing that as well too. I'll be working when I get offline here. But let's keep playing through this, and then we'll play the most recent updated live that happened today of the arrest of Matra Ramaros. And I probably said that name wrong, so I apologize. But third suspect arrested today. The family affair. Fuck them. They can all go to jail for the rest of their lives, or better yet, you know, we don't need things. I don't even call them humans. Things like this around. Scum.
And in order to bring justice to the
Dirtbags.
survivors and the family members, it's going to be a long road, but we have to take things one step at a time.
Thank you, Heidi. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's
thank you.
SAPD do their job, and then we'll need some time to review the facts and make those charging decisions. And once the case is indicted, then we'll go to the next step. And I'm sure I will have questions about this. Let me get.
Cindy using her 9-month membership. Thank you so much for the support, Cindy. She says, "Thank you, Brian, with the great work that you do." Thank you. Listen, we just passed 14,500 subscribers today. We're only 500 subscribers away from hitting 15,000. When we hit the 15,000, we'll throw a little bit of a party here, and I'm going to give away a nice gift to one lucky subscriber, and I'll get all of that worked out for that show. It would be a nice little celebration party. We can hang out and celebrate 15,000 subscribers on LTL. I just would have never thought, I really would have never thought I would have been here, and this is not like, yes, it's success on YouTube. It takes a while to get where we're at. I call it a team. You're all subscribers. You're all members. It's a team effort, and I always say this as well. Listen, this channel doesn't flourish if you don't come here and interact on the lives or watch the videos or the encouragement, the comments. It doesn't move. The channel will just be stagnant, and it's a team effort. It's a team effort. And I get it. A lot of people probably haven't followed this case, so it doesn't really jump into their forefront. There hasn't really been a lot about it the last week or so, but it's important to get this information out there today, because hopefully that the Soto and Guerra family can start getting some justice, and that it stops here. Hopefully there's not any more people that are involved in this, but I want to find out more information in the sense of, was this a family crime drug ring? And if there is, they're going to start digging more into that and possibly knocking down this drug ring, because I think, and I'm feeling, that air conditioner business was a bit of a shell game. It was a shell company that they were using to cover these major drug deals. So I'm going to be very curious to see if a lot of that's going to come out in court or reporting over the next couple of days. But again, it's been a lot has come at me in the last couple weeks. It's been very awesome. I've got to do some really cool things. I got to host on Turtle Boy's channel. That's fucking rad. His team reached out. He gave them the rubber stamp and was like, "I want these 3 people on panel." And I thought that was dope as shit. And that's an honor. That's a super honor. I've only talked to Aiden twice in my entire life. Once outside the courthouse and once when he was on my live. And I thought that was fucking super dope, and it's a fucking honor to do that. And, and I'm willing to help again. If they need me and I get the call, absolutely, I'll be there to help them out. So that's dope. And just all the people that have come into my life over the last couple of weeks, the people that I've met out on the street with my boots on the ground reporting and building these friendships with people behind the scenes, and all these wonderful people that have been reaching out to me and saying, "I'm loving what you're doing for Karen Reed. I'm loving what you're doing for Aiden. I'm loving what you're doing for the movement." And, I just needed a little bit of a break from it tonight. I needed to report this. This is important. Hopefully they'll get some closure in this case, and there's nothing wrong. I've always said that there will be other cases that I cover on this channel. It won't always be Aiden or Karen Reed. Of course, there's other things that I follow here. And, it's not any disrespect to those cases, but I just didn't really have any material on them tonight. And, we'll come back around. Of course, like I said, the minute I get offline in about 20 minutes, I will be working on stuff for Karen Reed 100%. So, listen, it's been awesome. It really has been awesome. And I hope that the ride continues up the mountain. I just feel like we're just starting to get that momentum. We're here, the mountain's here, and we're just right about here. It's starting to lift off, and hopefully it just gets pushed and it just keeps driving. That's what I want. I want to do this for a living. I want this to be my life. And, just figuring out that whole time and space. In a year, I'm giving myself a year. I want to be a fully fledged independent media channel in a year. I don't want to go back to a corporate job. I want to be self-sustaining and do this on my own, and hopefully get into a studio someday and be able to invite people in, and I've thought about just going and doing local cases. I don't know. I don't know. I will ride the wave for now and see what happens. That's all you can do, because you never know what the next moment in life can be. Something can change. And this is an up for the channel right now, and there will be downs, and there will be many ups and downs. It happens. It doesn't always stay up. There will be peaks and valleys with anything that you do, in any business that you do. There's peaks and valleys, believe me, but you need to keep just pushing. And I always say this stuff, and I know I'm going to get into my rant right now, but anybody in life is capable of doing anything. And I always say this, and people laugh at me. It's literally from the remember the WWF wrestler or WWE wrestler, the Ultimate Warrior. He had this saying that he says, if you're born, you have the potential. I love that. I think it's a great saying. I think it's an amazing saying. It's just a great expression. Yes, because you are here, you have the potential, but you are the only person that can push yourself to the ultimate limit. No one's going to do it for you. No one's going to do it for you. And I've interviewed Turtle Boy. I've had him on my channel. You need to go back and watch the live. You can find it in the live section. I've had him on my channel, and it was a great live. The chemistry was awesome. We had a great live. I just hosted on his channel the other night. It was fucking dope. That was dope. But just going back to life, there's changes that are happening in me. Things that I wouldn't have done before. I've pushed myself to do. I'm an extreme introvert. I don't go anywhere. And I'm opening myself up to that, because if I don't go do it, it won't happen. And sometimes we have to push ourselves past those limits. I look at people that go like skydiving. I look at them like, you're fucking nuts. That trigger in my brain does not turn off, but for some people it does. People that don't have zero fear, like all those stunt drivers and the Red Bull people that do all those crazy stunts. They have no fear receptor. You're crazy as shit. People that go skydiving, people that go bungee jumping. I think those people are crazy. By the way, I just want to recognize this. Dina says, thanks for the $4.99. She says, you can do it, Brian. Well, anybody can. Anybody can. Anybody can. Listen, I'm not highly educated. I barely passed high school. I did a couple of semesters in college. I went for pre-law, and I just couldn't handle it. It was too much for me. I was a fucking kid, and I played in a band, and I wanted to be a fucking rock star. And I hung out with my friends, and we played music, and was all in through the Boston hardcore music scene. And that's what I wanted to do. But I knew that I always wanted to be in front of people, and I knew I always wanted to perform. And there's a lot of things that I need to learn, and we all can learn. I always say that every year you should elevate your life. You should be doing something to always elevate your life. And as you get older, and all of those things that you've learned and the wisdom that you've learned, you should be passing that on to the next person. We're all put here for a specific reason, and there's a specific reason and moment in time why we're here and collectively right now. I believe that. And there's some certain people that you may pass by and have a minute conversation with, and they leave your life and you never talk to them again. But there's a specific reason why you did that. And I don't know if that's all part of the end game for a higher power. I'm not sure. I don't know what happens. We all don't know what happens. We would like to think that at the end, I guess when the lights go out, that they turn on somewhere else. But I don't know. I haven't been there yet. I don't plan on going there soon. And I hope that none of all of you don't go there soon. But it's dope. It's really dope. And it's been cool. It's been a fun ride. It's been a fun ride so far. And I've shared that ride with all of you. A lot of you have been here from the early days. Ron, Danielle, Paula, Carrie. Guys have been around a long time. guys and ladies. And I think when people think, oh, you have, you have a YouTube channel, you have all these subscribers, and so many people come in and out of the chat. We know who the names are. We see the names. You remember the names. You start to know these people. They reach out to you via email, or you start to build close friendships or relationships with them. We know who they are. And maybe some people don't. Some people might just look at the chat and they go, it's the chat. Um, Dina's been here for a long time. All the mods. Mary's been here for a long time. The people pretty much that have wrenches in this room have been with me from the start. Um, but yeah, March was really when I started putting in the hard work in the channel. And it's grown. It's grown. But anyway, I digress. Let's go back to this. I'm sure everybody's tired of hearing me yap my trap. Let's finish this up, and then we'll go to the most recent press conference of the 3 scumbags that will go to jail, hopefully, for the rest of their lives.
It's out there right now. There have been questions about whether or not this will be something that we will seek the death
Rogue
penalty.
has been here for a long time.
It's too early to tell. I don't know whether or not this
Long,
is
long, long
something
time.
that we will make that decision. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. As in every other case where we have a defendant who is death penalty eligible, we have a capital crimes committee that will meet.
Said
That will
crapable.
make. We will hear a presentation from the lead prosecutor in the court where this case ends up, and then we will discuss the facts that go into making a decision to seek the death penalty. But again, it is too early to tell. We don't want to put the cart before the horse. Let's wait till we get an entire case filed in our office. Once that
Gary, you're
happens,
funny.
I anticipate that we will have indictments returned, but we have to wait and let a grand jury make that decision. But after that, then we will take it to the next level and excuse me, make whatever decisions that we need to. Thank you very much.
Cindy with her using her 5-month membership. Love it. Thank you so much for the 5 months and support. She says the best channel on YouTube. Love how you love how dedicated Brian and his mods are to the mission. I think it was supposed to be mission, missing victims and their families. Yeah, of course. And listen, I'm not sure if true crime is always going to be what this is. I don't know. It will probably turn into something different at some point. I'm not sure, or I spawn off and do something else. I'm trying to get my second channel going. It's pretty close to being monetized. I have like almost 700 subscribers on there. That would be cool to get that monetized over there. But I don't know. I just I want to know about people. I don't know. I always have this thing like I just want to know about people. Like, tell me your story. How the hell did you get here to this very moment? How did you get to right now watching me? Tell me all of that before that. How did you get here? So I've always been curious and stuff like that too. Okay, let's do this. So you need 500 to be able to super chat and get memberships, but you need 1,000 plus 4,000 watch hours. I've already got all that, but you need 1,000 subscribers to be able to monetize your videos and make ad revenue off your videos. So right now I can get super chats and memberships over there, but I can't get ad revenue. And that's where we want to get that channel up and over that 1,000 mark. I already have all the watch hours on it. I just need the 1,000 subscribers.
For the gun that was recovered at the suspect's home, have you guys done any tests on ballistics on the gun to see if there's been
Yes.
I will just say that we believe it's the gun that was used in the murder. As far as the testing and the ballistic results go.
Oh, I dumped cable too a long time ago. 2015, I dumped cable.
Can you help clear something up on the surveillance?
I hate cable TV.
It appears as if someone tosses the towel to Ramon Preciado before he wipes down the door on the sedan. Is that how it played out? What can you tell us about that small part of the scene?
Yeah, that's something we're still looking into. It's something that's been brought up in conversation about this. So we're still looking into that.
that could potentially be a third suspect or someone that was there while the bodies were dropped off.
As the investigation continues, it could be. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it is possible.
I'm not that invested in basketball.
Are they, could they be charged with the same altering of a corpse or, essentially moving the bodies? Is that how the charge works?
They could be, but I mean, that's something that would be determined once the level of that person's involvement is understood, if that is the case at all.
We saw videos of police activity in the house of Seattle where you see the mom. Are you questioning her?
I'm going to leave that question unanswered.
Let's talk Knicks.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Sorry, can you go over the charges one more time, please? One of them,
Sure.
Oh, I
So
appreciate
the
that.
additional charges that were filed were for
Oh man, I'm tired today.
Ramon. Christopher was arrested on a capital murder charge. Ramon was arrested on a charge of abuse of a corpse. Yesterday, Christopher was also
Thanks,
charged
Tara.
with abuse of a corpse. And he and Ramon were charged with altering, destroying, or concealing evidence.
as far as the capital murder charges, would it be 1, 2?
Thank you.
3?
Yeah, Frazier's been here a long time too.
I,
It involves all of it. Okay.
okay, and any further questions you have, you might want to just refer to the affidavit, arrest affidavit. Okay.
¿En español nos puede dar unas palabras?
Claro que sí. Pues estamos aquí para hablar con respecto del caso que se trata de las víctimas, la señora Soto y el señor Guerra, Savannah Soto y Matthew Guerra. Quiero decir que le agradezco mucho.
Oh, what did I do? What the hell just happened? Oh, what did I do? Sorry about that. I don't know what I just did. But anyway, we'll just move on to the most current today.
All this for me?
Mike, how far are you going?
I'll tell y'all when they're coming. Right?
How far are you? Yeah, yeah.
Sorry about that. I don't know. Something happened. I hit something. I screwed something up. But this is today's press conference and the third suspect being arrested.
Looks like her name's going to be Myrta Romanos. M-Y-R-T-A is first name, Myrta. Myrta, M-Y-R-T-A. Romanos, R-O-M-A-N-O-S. Romanos? M-Y-R-T-A. Yeah, so first name is Myrta. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. R-O-M. R-O-M-A-N-O-S.
And it's the mother of the younger son.
Yes, the towel thrower. I'm going to just speed up for the interest of time.
Excuse me, guys.
Okay. I love it. Bring it right out, motherfuckers. See ya.
Mirta, did you give Christopher your gun?
Family, do you have anything to say to these families?
Did you give Christopher your gun to use in this murder? Are you sorry?
Oh, thank you, Mary. I'll check them out.
Did you
I'm not
give
gonna do them
Christopher your
tonight.
gun?
I have
How can you sleep at night?
too much going on tonight. But I'll take a look at them.
How have you been able to sleep at night?
Oh, 100%, Paula.
Do you have anything to say to the family?
Did you give Christopher your gun?
Oh, she did. She admitted
What is
to
your
it.
silence supposed to say? What message is your silence sending? Are you sorry? Does your silence mean anything? What do you want people to know? What do you want to say to Savannah's mother, Matthew's mother?
Y algo, ahora que puedes.
Excuse me.
That is Mirta Romanos. San Antonio police just arrested her in connection to the murders of Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra. Savannah was pregnant at the time of her murder, according to police. She was reported missing back on the Friday before Christmas, and police found her body and Matthew Guerra's body in a car on December 26th, the day after Christmas. Last week, San Antonio police made 2 arrests in this case, Christopher Preciado and his father. And now we have Mirta Romanos, who we're told is the mother of Christopher and married to the father of Christopher. So we are expecting to get an update from police as to why they think she's a suspect. But we know from the search warrant, some paperwork that we've gotten, that she told police that she was sleeping the night that this happened, and that she said it was.
Gee, what other case have we heard silence in? Can anybody put that in the chat? What other case have I covered that the suspect stood up and said nothing? Cindy got it. Cindy got it. Yep, Idaho. So silence says a lot. You are right.
Her gun.
Yep, you're all correct. King Road.
You guys ready? Okay.
Yep, you're all right.
Ready?
All right.
Good afternoon.
Let's
Thank
hear
you
the
for being
details.
here. We're going to provide you with an update on the Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra case. First and foremost, once again, SAPD wants to extend our condolences to the family of Savannah and Matthew. Today, as you saw, we just made another arrest. This is the 3rd arrest in this case. Just to recap, back on December 23rd, Leon Valley PD reported that Savannah and Matthew Guerra were reported missing to their jurisdiction. On December 26th.
Oh, by the way, did you see the guy? Oh, you probably all have the guy that attacked the judge the other day. He's now brought up on charges, I believe, on murder charges. Yeah, they're gonna throw the book at that guy. He's fucked. I was gonna do a review of that, but it's been like a week. I think it's been like a week now. So, and I'm sure you've all seen it.
SAPD officers received a call for a disturbance.
Yeah.
When those officers made that location, they discovered the bodies of Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra. They were found deceased in their vehicle, the Kia Optima, that had also been reported missing. Since then, our homicide unit has done an outstanding job in following this case. They followed every lead. They were able to get surveillance video, which led them to these arrests that were made. On January 3rd, we made 2 arrests, 19-year-old Christopher Preciado and 53-year-old Ramon Preciado. There was a lot of information on social media that there was a 3rd individual involved. Our homicide detectives were aware of that. However, we were looking for enough probable cause to make that arrest and to present the best case forward to the DA's office. Today, that happened. They were able to develop enough evidence to charge 47-year-old Mirta Romanos, that's Myrta Ramanos, She is believed to be, I'm not sure exactly what the relationship is, but maybe a stepmother to Christopher, 19-year-old Christopher. She is being charged with 3 felonies. The first one being alter, destroy, conceal a human corpse, which is a second-degree felony. She's also being charged with abuse of corpse, which is a state jail felony.
Bye-bye.
And a third charge of tampering with evidence. Through our forensic unit, we were able to develop information from surveillance video that shows Miss Romanos involved the night of the murder. That video surveillance shows her at the home right after the murders, and she was seen on video surveillance leaving in that black truck that we all saw on the surveillance video, and then returning to her home with Christopher and Ramon in that truck. At this time, I'll take any questions that you might have.
It was her weapon, right?
Excuse me?
They matched her weapon to the ballistics.
Right. That tampering with evidence, from what we understand, she stated that was her gun. So we do know that that was her weapon.
And do they believe they were killed in that home? And what was the mother and stepmom's role
I'm not sure exactly where. We haven't released any of that information. I'm not sure what the circumstances were, but we do know she was involved in helping get rid of the evidence concerning those bodies.
On the 3rd, you guys were under the impression that there were only 2 suspects, or had said that there were 2 suspects that were arrested?
No, our homicide detectives were aware early on in the investigation that there wasn't a 3rd person involved. We know that from the video surveillance when there is that towel that's everyone's talked about being thrown. At that time, we just didn't have enough evidence to say that that was Miss Mirta Romanos. But like I said, since then, they've developed enough evidence from surveillance video from the home showing her leaving with the 2 as she gets into that truck. And then when they return to the home, it's her, Christopher, and Ramon in that truck.
Had she called you guys in the past week to come to the house at all? Because I know there's been some vandalism there.
I'm not aware of any of that.
As of right now, are you under the impression there are any more suspects?
At this time, we're confident that there's no more suspects. At this time, we're confident that these were the 3 individuals that were involved in this case.
Do you believe this is connected?
I've seen it.
No, we don't have any information to lead us to believe that. We do know that there was, I guess, a transaction earlier in that night. What happened and transpired was Matthew Guerra and Savannah were killed. I don't.
So you guys still don't know where they were killed? Like if it was at home or somewhere else?
We believe it was in that area, right near their home. How cooperative was she? I know there was a search warrant that was issued a few days ago. There was a search warrant, so they had the authority to go into that home. Today, I don't believe she said much. I don't have that information. Any other questions?
Did she confess today?
She wasn't cooperative today. Thank you, guys. We believe she's a stepmom. No, yeah,
She's still married to Ramon, or
I don't know if that's a common law or they're living together, but I don't believe they're legally married. But I'm not for sure. She did live. Them 3 did live in the house together. Yeah.
Now you guys are identifying as stepmother.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you just heard from San Antonio police on this arrest, the 3rd arrest in the murders of Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra. They, of course, were found dead in a car on Danny K Drive back on December 26th. They were reported missing a few days before. Savannah, she was expected to give birth that Saturday, or to be induced, I should say, that Saturday, and family just hadn't heard from her. So they called Leon Valley Police and reported her missing, and of course, they found her missing.
They saw her leaving that truck. They saw her leaving that truck when she came back. They saw her getting into it on security cam. They obviously saw her do the towel flip inside it, and then they saw her getting back into leaving the truck, going back inside the house. They caught her. They busted her. Busted. Big time. Yeah.
East in a car with Matthew Guerra, her boyfriend. And so like I said, we just heard from police. They just gave us some information. They said that they had executed a search warrant on the Preciado's home, which there are 2 suspects already arrested. We're talking about Christopher Preciado and Ramon Preciado, and they believe that Mirta is married to Ramon Preciado, the father, and then is the stepmother of Christopher Preciado, who is the one who's charged with capital murder in this case. He's the one who police believe did it. They believe that these 2, the parents, helped with the murder. They helped clean it up, they say. Okay. Sorry, we're just getting some quick updates from police there on the case number. Now, we did get our hands on the arrest affidavit. And according to this arrest affidavit, I'm reading through it. Okay, we're getting sound in Spanish right now, so.
Asesinato de Savannah Soto y Matthew Guerra. Ya sabemos todo lo que pasó antes. Hoy los detectives tenían suficiente evidencia para hacer un arresto a la tercer sospechosa en que se trata de este caso. Hoy arrestamos a Mirta Romanos, de 47 años. Ella va a ser cargada con 3 cuentas de delitos mayores: alter, destroy, or conceal a human corpse, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with evidence. Todos son delitos mayores. En la noche, bueno, cuando nosotros, nuestros detectives obtenieron el video de surveillance que tenía la camioneta, cuando estaban tratando de esconder los cuerpos de las víctimas, todos sabíamos que había una tercera persona dentro de la troca que como tiró una toalla o algo. Siempre sabíamos esto. Teníamos la idea quién era la tercera persona, pero no teníamos suficiente evidencia para cargar a esa persona con los delitos. Hoy nuestros detectives tenían suficiente evidencia para cargar la madrastra, que creemos que es la madrastra de Christopher, esposa o common law, novia de Ramón. ¿Tienen preguntas?
¿Por qué demoró tanto para tener ese arresto?
No teníamos, ella, siempre sabíamos que era una persona. Pensábamos que era esta señora Romanos. Finalmente teníamos suficiente evidencia para cargarlo con eso. Parece que hoy fue cuando los detectives fueron a obtener el orden de arresto y hoy fueron y la arrestaron sin incidente.
¿El arresto fue sin incidente?
Sin incidente, en la casa de ellos.
¿Está cooperando? ¿Habló con ustedes?
Ella no estaba cooperando con la investigación hoy, pero sí el arresto fue sin incidente y cuando lo traemos aquí no habló con nosotros.
Ya había estado cooperando con ustedes. ¿Qué les dio a entender? ¿Qué evidencia les dio a entender que ella era la persona que estaba en ese video?
Finalmente teníamos evidencia de video que vimos a ella entrar a la camioneta con Ramón, o bueno, con una persona, con Ramón, la noche que ocurrió los asesinatos, y cuando regresaron los 3, Ramón, Christopher y ella, salieron de la camioneta.
¿Nos puede decir un poquito de la arma que sí fue?
Sí, bueno, una de las cargas que ella fue cargada hoy fue tampering with evidence, y era la pistola. La pistola, ella es la dueña de la pistola. Ella fue, cuando fuimos a recogerlo o buscarlo, estaba en el cuarto de ella, escondida. Y la unidad de forensics confirmó que esa pistola fue la pistola usada en el asesinato de los víctimas.
¿Alguna vez Christopher o Ramón dijeron algo acerca de ella?
¿Digamos?
¿Alguna vez Christopher o Ramón los dos involucrados al principio?
Ella no. Ellos nunca le involucraron a ella, y ella nunca se involucró ella misma. Fue evidencia que nuestros detectives obtenieron para poder hacerlo.
Y el último vez que estabas aquí, fue el último arrest, dijiste que estabas seguro que no había ningún otro sospechoso.
Bueno, estábamos seguros que no estábamos buscando a otro porque los teníamos identificados. No podíamos hacer un arresto sin suficiente evidencia. Ya sabíamos quién era. Bueno, ya sabíamos quién era, pero ahora finalmente obtuvieron la suficiente evidencia para tener un arresto.
Something about money and evidence. Sorry, my Spanish is not top, but I understand a little bit of it. I think that might be it. Oh, we're going to get the reporter back.
Christopher Preciado and Ramon Preciado, who are related to Mirta, the woman that just arrested, who you saw get perp walked to that police car just a few minutes ago.
Love that they do
when that
perp
happened,
walks.
they said that they were
Yes.
confident that they were
Perp walks, not perk. Perp walks. They do perk walks, not perk. They do perp walks, not perk walks. I guess you could walk on a perk, but that would be pretty messy.
no more people that they were looking for. And so I asked about that because obviously there's a third person arrested. And what I was told by San Antonio police is that they already knew that she was involved in this murder in some form or fashion. They just needed the evidence to be able to prove it and to charge her, which they said that they were able to do today. And they said that when they brought her in, she wasn't cooperating with them, didn't give them much. And another thing that we learned from that press conference in Spanish is that the two suspects that were already arrested, Christopher and Ramon, they did not give her up. They said that they did not even mention her.
It's a perp
And so
walk. No,
San
it's a perp.
Antonio police, through their own work, they
Perpetrator.
said that they narrowed down this person, Mirta Romanos, and arrested her. And they said that, of course, it was her gun that Christopher is accused of using in this crime. And again, for those of you just joining us, a third arrest was made in the case involving Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra, the two killed, found dead in a car on December 26th.
Yeah,
Savannah was
like she said it.
pregnant.
Yeah.
She was expected to give birth any minute now. She was actually supposed to be induced the Saturday before her body
Unbelievable.
was found, and her family had reported her missing because she didn't show up to the hospital. So we're going to wrap everything up for you right now. But of course, join us again tonight at 5 and 6 to hear more about this case.
All right. And that is it, folks. So hopefully those families can start getting some justice, because it's just such a sad situation. And those people should never see the daylight again. I'm done. Lock them up, throw away the key. So, all right, y'all. Quick live tonight. If you're not watching live, obviously you'll catch this on replay. I appreciate it. Hang on one second. I might have another video here. Oh, let's check this out. Hang on. Don't run away. I got some more info on this case. Let's hear what Matthew Guerra, father, had to say about this.
New at 6, two families relieved after San Antonio police make a third arrest in the capital murder case of a pregnant teen and her boyfriend. 47-year-old Mirta Romanos is now facing 3 charges, including tampering with evidence. She is the stepmother of 19-year-old Christopher Preciado. He's accused of shooting and killing Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra and is facing capital murder charges. Christopher's father, Ramon Preciado, is also facing 2 charges for allegedly helping to hide the bodies. Police say the 3 were living together at a home just minutes away from where Soto and Guerra's bodies were discovered on December 26. KENS 5 reporter Megan Reyna joins us live from Public Safety Headquarters after speaking with Matthew's father. Megan?
Well, Isis, it was just a day ago when Gabriel Guerra had to lay his son to rest. He told me that detectives told him that they knew that there was a third person involved. He's just relieved that they finally got enough evidence to make that arrest. According to an arrest affidavit, officers discovered a gun hidden in Mirta Romanos' bedroom. It states the shell casings they found in Matthew and Savannah Soto's car matched the gun. Romanos later admitted it was hers. Police also used this surveillance video taken at that same spot the bodies were dumped. Police believe Christopher Preciado, Ramon Preciado, and Romanos were all there at this moment. They believe Romanos is the one seen tossing a towel to Ramon. Michael Guerra's father had this to say about all these arrests.
Still to not, show any remorse and just to be uncooperative to the last to the last second up to her arrest, shows a lot about them, and it's unbelievable to me.
And he understands that this will now be a long process to fully getting justice, but he tells me he's thankful for the officers here who worked quickly to make these 3 arrests. Now he says he's just going to take it day by day to mourn the loss of his son, Savannah Soto, and their baby boy, Fabian. Reporting live from Public Safety Headquarters, Megan Reyna, KINS 5.
Thank you, Megan.
It'll be Saturday night. It'll probably be Saturday night. I'm going to be taking tomorrow off. I'm going to be working on some stuff tonight and over the next couple of days. And I have an announcement for Friday, but I just can't say it yet. But just keep an eye out because something's coming up. If anybody's interested in watching the towel video, when I broke down and found the towel, you can watch that there. That's that link. I'd appreciate if you go over and watch it. It's a great breakdown. Sucks. I didn't get as many views as I thought it would on it, and just people are not really that interested in this case. I don't know why. It's just completely sad situation. But I just wanted to wrap up, and we'll wait for some more updates, and when they come through, we'll do it. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna get out. I have some work to do. It's about 9:15 here on the East Coast. I will most likely be off tomorrow night because I have to work early in the morning, so I'm probably going to want to go to the gym tomorrow night, which is going to be weird because I normally don't go to the gym at night, but I might have to change that schedule because a lot of my shifts now are going to be days that will free up my nights. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I do Idaho tomorrow. I'll just see how I feel, but I will definitely be doing something Friday and Saturday. I just can't announce the Friday thing yet. It looks like it's about 99% there, but stay tuned. Okay. Have a good night, everybody. See y'all soon. Bye.